welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by rapodcast.net. This is episode 852, recorded live on November 8th, 2025. And here are your hosts, the man who will hopefully help me with an experiment, Dave Play.
Hi.
And the man who wonders if Dave has a knife or knife facsimile nearby, Andy Lowe. Hi.
Please clarify the parameters of what you consider a knife for this.
Well, it's supposed to be a kitchen knife, but...
Because I have an X-Acto knife.
Okay, can you pretend that you're, like, chopping something with a kitchen knife?
Sure. I mean, I can do that without the X-Acto knife as well.
Oh, okay.
What am I chopping?
Well, we have a knife block in our kitchen where we store our knives.
As one does.
Yes. The slits in the knife block are horizontal.
Okay.
So...
hang on. Horizontal relative to the ground?
Well, no, horizontal relative to, the knife block.
The knives go in, the knives don't go in blade down. The knives go in blade to the side.
Yes.
They still go in to the top.
Yes.
Okay,
but
cool.
The slits
Got it.
are, horizontal.
Okay.
So...
You don't just have it turned sideways, right?
No.
Okay.
That would just be weird.
Just wanted to check.
All right. So you are chopping something at your desk. Now, can you clarify to the audience who don't know, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I am right-handed.
Okay. I am left-handed. So the knife block is to the left of your monitor, okay?
Okay.
So you're chopping, and then you go...
Do I have the knife, or is it still in the block? Do I need to retrieve the knife?
You have the knife in your hand already.
Okay. My left hand?
Well, no. You're. How would you cut something?
With a knife?
Yes.
Okay, so it's in my right hand.
Yes, and you are cutting.
You still have not told me what I am cutting.
Normally we do some sort of fruit. So let's say we're cutting the tops off of strawberries.
You're going to want to pick a different example. Cutting the tops off of strawberries, I would use a paring knife, and I would not chop. You take the knife and you insert it at an angle, and then you just turn it around the strawberry.
You see, now I don't have time for that. I just cut the heads right off of the strawberries.
Well, if you're going to do that, you may as well just eat the heads. They are fully edible.
These strawberries are not for me. They are for
Teach your kids. Lead by example.
I don't think they're going to follow that one.
Pull off the leaves, leave the little stem, and just let them do it.
Nope, I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, you missed your chance. The only reason they think this is normal is because it's what you've done so far.
Well, we give them the strawberries, and they're like, what is this? And it's just like, that's the stem. They're like, can we take the stem off? Yes, I can take the stem off.
Okay, so you're wasting half your strawberry, but... In any case, do you want to pick something else that actually involves being chopped?
Well, the actual cutting does not matter. When you're done with the knife and you're gonna put it in.
Okay. Yep.
You're gonna put it into.
I've chopped something.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not an experiment about chopping something. It's an experiment about what do you do with the knife when you're done?
Yes.
Why did I need a facsimile of a knife?
Because I'm going to have you put it into the knife block. Remember, horizontal slit.
I'm going to put it in the sink or next to the sink. It needs to be washed.
Okay.
I just chopped something with it.
Okay. Go clean.
Why are you sounding like I'm the insane one? You're sitting here chopping your strawberries in half with a knife and then putting it back in the block?
Okay, fine. Go clean your knife. Come back and let me know when you're done cleaning your knife.
The knife is clean.
Okay. Now
it is sitting on the drying rack.
Okay. Are you going to put it back in the knife block yet?
Well, it's sitting on the drying rack. Do you want me to now put it away?
Yes. Can you please put away your knife?
Okay, so I take the knife off the drying rack.
Yes.
And I go to the knife block.
And you go to insert it into the knife block. Now you have to turn it horizontal, right?
Yeah, which way does it fit?
It's same either way.
Okay.
So the question is, do you turn so the back of your hand is up or the back of your hand is down?
All of that. All of that. You know what? Screw you. I have the knife in like a death grip with my fist around it, blade out. And that's how I put it in. Do I put it in? I mean,
Because it's you're
are you
holding
asking,
it.
do I put the sharp edge to the right versus the left?
Yes.
Because the way I hold it doesn't change. I just rotate the knife.
Yeah, so do you...
And I would just probably do it with however it first came out of habit.
Well, you're holding it, right? That's why I was like, okay, you're holding it, and you're going to go put it away. Which way do you turn?
So there's a problem with the premise of your question.
Okay.
Which is that when I'm putting the knife away, I'm not holding it like I would go to chop something.
You're still holding the knife, right?
But I'm probably holding it between my thumb and index and middle finger.
Yes, that's what I've got. I've got my knife in that same position. I'm actually holding a knife while we're doing this, by the way. Because
I'm holding an X-Acto knife, and it's kind of dangerous at this point.
Oh no! I've got a frickin' like switchblade that Kate's dad gave me.
But so my point is that as I'm inserting this thing into the knife block,
Yes.
like my palm is facing the knife block.
Wait, how?
The blade is sideways, so my fingers are on top of the knife, if that's what you mean. But my palm is facing the knife block.
Like you're putting your hand up to tell it to stop?
Well, except that my fingers are down on the knife, but yeah.
Oh, you're going down into the knife block.
Well, isn't that what you need to do?
Our knife block is at a 45-degree angle.
I'm so confused about what your knife block looks like.
It's a knife.
I'm 45. No, I'm still going to. Should I just take a picture of my hand and send it to you? Is that what this has come down to?
Oh, for goodness sakes. Here, copy this. I'll send this picture of a knife block to you. This is what our knife block...
This is also not an experiment, by the way. It is a survey.
That's what our knife block looks like. That is not our knife block, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so I put the knife in the way that my hand is in the picture that I just sent.
You're weird.
How are you putting your knife in?
Like I'm holding it, like I've just cut something. I cleaned it, dried it off.
Why are you still holding it like you're going to chop something? You're not about to chop something. You're putting it away.
I don't know. I'm holding it in my hand like a knife. Not like this weird, I'm like a crane.
I'm holding it like it's comfortable for what I'm about to do with it.
You're holding it like you've got a sock puppet and it's a fake cigar. That's what I see. When I see you're holding it like that, I'm just like, you're doing a sock puppet Groucho Marx is what you're doing.
Okay.
Yes, I pulled Groucho Marx as a sock puppet.
Yeah,
from
I don't know where you got that, but okay, whatever. You asked.
Yes, I know, so the whole premise of this was the fact that I put the knife in opposite the way Kate does. And I think it's because I'm left-handed and she's right-handed.
Maybe.
Because I can tell every time she's used a knife in that block before me, it's because I pull out the knife and the handles are symmetrical. So it's not like an ergonomic handle.
Andy!
What?
What do you mean the handle is symmetric?
It's symmetrical.
If you rotate the knife 180 degrees, the handle doesn't change?
No.
You need better knives. I think that's what this boils down to. I think you just need better knives.
At least I don't think they're that way. Oh, now I gotta go check my kitchen knives. Yeah, they're all symmetrical.
Okay. Not form-fitting or made to fit in your hand.
Nope.
Just round.
Yes. Just
so
round.
You are saying that you know when Kate put it away because when you pull it out, the blade is pointing in the wrong direction.
Yes.
Because you are putting them away, holding them like you're about to chop something. Probably because you just chopped something because you're just I don't get what you do with your knives.
No,
you could have started this, by the way, with, you're about to put a knife away. How are you holding it?
Yes, I realize I could have skipped steps 1 through 7 in this whole process.
Again, I don't think I'm the weird one here.
No, there have been times in the past where somebody asked me to tell a story, and I'm like, well, there's 3 other stories that lead up to this story in order for it to make sense. So I'm going to tell you all 3, rather than doing whatever the summary is.
Or just starting the first story and be like, here's a story.
Yep. Oh, how'd you guys do this? Oh, well, I'm going to tell you about this, and then I'll tell you about this, and then I'll get to the final bit. And yeah.
So there's this thing called PAX. It's a video game convention.
All right, I'm going to drink now. I am trying out, you're going to, holiday cream vanilla Coca-Cola.
So it's eggnog.
Well, my question is, there already is a vanilla Coca-Cola, so how is this holiday creamy vanilla Coca-Cola any different?
Probably because it's got things like nutmeg in it. Because it's supposed to be like eggnog.
Maybe.
That's my guess. Or it's cream and not vanilla.
Well, it definitely says, it literally says on the 20-ounce bottle here, contains no dairy.
Yeah, but it can still be creamy without dairy. There is non-dairy creamer.
Oh, what was Pinky in the Brain episode?
What?
There's a Pinky in the Brain episode where Brain tries to sue something because the accident turned him into a mouse. And he said it was due to a microwave and non-dairy creamer. And he was in the courtroom and he was like, oh, it's due to a microwave. And the lawyer like breaks out the whole scientific schematics on how a microwave works.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and it was non-dairy creamer, and just the lawyer just goes, well, that possibly, I don't know how that works.
Okay. But Brain wasn't turned into a mouse.
I know, but that was his plan to try and take over the world, was get the money through a lawsuit settlement.
I see. So he was making the claim that he had been turned into a mouse.
Yes.
Such that he could get money to do stuff.
Yes. It's one of those things where it's like, I need money to do this. And then the episode is him just trying to get
the money.
Yeah. The episode of Mouse and Man. He fakes a workplace accident using a microwave and non-dairy powdered creamer, convincing his employers that the combination turned him into a mouse.
And he's suing the workplace?
Yes.
Not the makers of the microwave and or creamer?
I do believe so, yes.
Okay. How did we get on this?
So Dave, do you have a knife?
non-vanilla, non-dairy creamy Coke.
Yeah, this tastes exactly like vanilla Coke. I don't know what it's been 5 years since Coke has done a holiday one, because they did a spiced Coke 5 years ago.
Yeah, which Coke is already spiced.
Yeah,
like it's coconut.
Well, this one was I think it was
not coconut, the coconut, but like the coca nut.
Yes.
Or no, the cola nut. That's what I'm thinking of. It's the cola nut. It was Coke because of the cocaine.
The spice though was cinnamon.
Cinnamon Coke?
Yes, it was cinnamon Coke, if I remember correctly. That was 5 years ago. Oh my God.
If it was like actual cinnamon, that wouldn't be bad. Like if it was Red Hots, that's no.
I probably tried it 5 years ago, so we probably could go back and listen to the episode.
And find that needs to be one of the tags is what's Andy drinking?
No. So, Dave, what I need you to do...
No.
Yeah, this just...
Give me like $500 and I'll put it all through an AI.
No, I'm okay.
Probably costs less than that, honestly. Probably costs us like $20.
To put all the audio.
Yeah, 800 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, this just tastes normal. I don't know. This is their big...
Maybe you need to have like a side-by-side with like vanilla Coke?
Possibly. I wasn't planning on going out tomorrow because there was a chance of snow.
So about that.
Yeah, why is it snow over there or no?
There is an inch of snow on the ground.
Yep.
Not about an inch. There is snow on the ground. The streets are clear because streets always hold more heat than like dirt. But the grass is covered in snow.
Yeah,
which is why I was out there this morning mulching the leaves.
Yes, that's exactly what I did today too, because I knew. Oh, I also got the snowblower out. Because, looks like we're going to get about 2 inches. Farther south of us, they're actually supposed to get a whole bunch more and closer to the lake. They're supposed to get, I think, like 6 inches down in Niles, is what they said. Yeah, 3 to 5 inches of snow expected tonight.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Well, it is November. Mm-hmm. That sort of thing happens.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go out tomorrow and see if I can't find just a regular vanilla Coke and then compare the two of them side by side.
Please do. We are eager to find out and hear back.
No, you're not.
I mean, not really. Someone might be.
Well, this is not actually a topic, but speaking of Coke, they...
What? Okay.
And re-releasing...
Which Coke?
Coca-Cola.
Okay.
They did an ad 10 years ago where they had a whole bunch of Coke trucks all lit up with Christmas lights driving through a town.
Uh-huh.
They decided to redo that ad, but rather than actually get the trucks and everything like they did last time... AI, yep. Taking their classic ad and just ran it through AI.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I mean, why is my question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, did they want to update something in it? Because, like, it's only 10 years old, right? It's not a very old ad.
Well, no, 95.
That's a 30-year-old ad.
Yes.
I thought you said 10 years ago.
No, sorry.
30 years ago, they made this thing.
Yes, I do believe it was 30 years ago.
Okay, and so they wanted to update it for something?
I guess so.
And instead of just getting a bunch of trucks, they just asked AI. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's gonna be cheaper. It's not a cheap commercial to produce. Why isn't that a topic?
Because I just remembered it.
Well, you could add it.
Yeah. Hold on.
We do that. Just like drop things in here from time to time.
I'll throw that link in here.
And there it is. Oh, you didn't include the links I sent you this week.
What links did you send me? You sent me the one about space.
I sent you the space one.
Yeah.
I sent you the Nintendo one.
Yeah.
Are those in here? I don't see those in here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you not look at... Do I spend all this time slaving over a hot stove?
I'm looking at the links right now. Oh, it's the third one. It's right there in front of me.
I spend all day in the kitchen slaving away.
Cutting strawberries up.
Cutting up strawberries.
Incorrectly. Normally, I wouldn't say that there's like an incorrectly, but like my real pet peeve on this is not what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I understand kids. I understand that like kids can get very particular and that they are now expecting strawberries in a certain way. My in-laws they don't even cut off the top. They just take a bite of the strawberry and then put it to the side.
Now that's barbaric. I'm sorry.
So, but that's how I think about what you're doing, Andy. Like there's so much strawberry left.
No, I get as close to that stem as possible and just because the kids will inhale the strawberries.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yes, good. Eat fruits and vegetables.
Just pull off the leaves and say, oh, the stem is extra. You're old enough now that we can let you do this.
I don't even do that.
Maybe it's time to start.
Oh, I guess I'll try.
Just like my friend who eats the entire apple.
I had a coworker do that at the radio station. Freaked me out the first time.
Yep. Like, but the center part is still apple. Huh.
Yeah, it was just the way he was like eating it. He would eat instead of from the side, he would actually eat starting at I think like the bottom and like work his way up.
Okay, that feels weird, but like I guess.
Yeah, and he would be able to eat the whole apple. And I'm just like he's like because it's a smaller cross section of the core.
Yeah, you're not getting a big bite of the core.
Yeah.
No, I have a friend who eats it like traditionally, eats around it and then just like bites from the bottom and then bites through the core and then he's done.
Nope. That's the other thing I've been doing a lot is chopping apples. Because the kids like the apple slices, and so it's like, okay, how do you cut the apple? And I figured out you do it by cutting it basically into a square.
Andy.
Yeah?
Do you have a melon baller?
No. Why would I? I hate melon. Nobody in our house likes melon.
So here's what you do. You get yourself one of these. Just going to send you a link.
Jesus.
You get yourself one of those.
That's a melon baller. I don't need a melon baller.
Yep. Nope, you do, because you don't use it on melon. You use it on apple. You cut the apple in half, just straight in half, right down the middle, longitudinally, not latitude. So like you have two hemispheres of apple.
Well, yes, it would be 2 hemispheres of apple anyway if I cut latitudinally.
Sure, fine. But you know what I mean.
Yes.
You cut from stem to butt.
Okay.
Then you take the melon baller and you take out the core.
Okay.
And then you slice the apple and you're done.
Nope, I find my way much easier. Plus, I don't need a melon baller then.
But
No.
third of the apple.
No. It works out. I'm just trying to see if I can find a thing there. Trying to see if I can find a thing. Because you don't cut them into wedges. And I'm trying to find a frickin' picture of it. Is this guy doing it right? Okay, so you have an apple. Yes. Okay. You slice down, but you're offset from the core.
Uh-huh.
So then you have a flat edge. And you
Yeah.
put the flat edge down on the cutting board. And then you once again cut just offset from the core.
Yeah.
And then you turn it and do the same thing and do the same thing. So you just have a square in the center.
Yeah.
That's pretty small and is basically just the core. If you really want to get even closer, you can do diagonal cuts on the corners of that square.
Or you can cut it in half, take out the center, and then slice it like normal.
Yes, but that means having to use 2 utensils.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I am all about 1 utensil.
Then take your weird-ass symmetric knives and hot glue a melon baller on the end of it.
Nope, it's just melon baller, really.
Okay,
no,
fine. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it comes from when we had to do Haroset and had to, like, prepare 12 apples at a time. Just count yourself lucky that your kids will have the apple skin.
What? Would you peel them first? Because no, you got to give them with the skin still on.
Yeah, no, I'd peel them. When I was a kid, I didn't like apple skin. It was too tough.
No. Right. Okay. So what other AI new? I know there's other AI stuff in here, I think. Ah, yes. Google Gemini. 2 things about Google Gemini.
Yeah.
First off, they're removing the assistant from Google Maps and replacing it with Google Gemini. So, instead of just providing you a list of the restaurant, it can interact with you more.
And make reservations on your behalf.
I guess, supposedly. Also, Gemini will actually give you landmarks when giving you directions. So instead of saying turn in 500 feet, you'd be like turn at the gas station.
So that's dangerous because, like, it's not always accurate.
Yep.
And up to date.
Yep. Google does say, though, in no uncertain terms, that Gemini is not responsible for choosing your route. So that is still done outside of Gemini. But, hitting the assistant button will no longer do just the regular Google Assistant, but it will bring you into Gemini.
I mean,
my good thing, though, is
half a dozen of the other. It's still Google's, like, it's just an LLM instead of a if statement.
Yep. The one thing that I am kind of looking forward to, because I drive a lot, is always having to put in the warnings like accident, lane closure, that sort of stuff there. Because you have to hit the button and you have to find it on the list and hit the button again. Supposedly, I will just be able to tell Gemini that there was an accident or traffic jam or lane closure. And
in ways, there was like a hand gesture for it.
Oh.
Gemini will make that's okay. This is inevitable. Like, this is not going to be... This should not shock anyone.
Well, the other thing that Google is adding is before in Google Finance, they had the Gemini chatbot. Now they're adding Gemini Deep Research to Google Finance.
Deep research is not deep research, and it still hallucinates. Just, be careful.
Google suggests, this is in the article here, they give one of the Google suggestions for their Google Deep Research. How much better has the NASDAQ composite performed over the S&P 500? Under which conditions, inflation, interest rates, GDP growth, VIX, credit spreads, etc., does one index perform better than the other? How correlated are the 2 indices? That's the type of question you're supposed to ask Google Deep Research.
Dangerous.
Yes, I really would love to have an AI sitting there working on my finances.
I mean, some people have had success with that.
I know. That's still
Worrisome.
yes.
Have you read the book I sent you yet?
No, I have not had time yet.
Okay.
And we have got book club tomorrow. So if I can find it in audiobook, that would be helpful because I
wonder whose book selection it is tomorrow.
Well, not mine because this book was my book.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could probably tell you because shared with me, Kate normally has a list. Let's see if I can find it in here. Okay, so who comes after me? Jake's normally after me.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm excited to see what book Jake picks.
He's done some interesting ones.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his picks turned us on to Brandon Sanderson.
Yes.
And we've been reading a lot of Brandon Sanderson.
Well, do we want to talk about lawsuits or do we want to talk about space?
We skipped space last week. Let's go back to space.
All right. Well, tomorrow is going to be the second New Glenn launch. They've done all the bells and whistles, all the static fires. They're going to launch tomorrow. So by the time you actually hear this, it would have already launched, but because there's no way in heck I'm getting this episode out before 2:45 p.m. tomorrow.
Eastern.
Yes. So yes, it's got 2 NASA Mars probes on there, which NASA paid way less than normal launch costs because they're going on the second launch of the New Glenn rocket. So we'll see. Now they are planning on doing a catch of not a catch.
I was gonna say, like, they aren't doing that.
No, they're gonna. I think they've got They're gonna land it on a barge like SpaceX.
Well, they're gonna try.
Yes, they're gonna try.
How many times did it take SpaceX before they got that?
A bunch.
Now, granted, Blue Origin has all of SpaceX's experience. Like, they've seen that, they've watched it, but it'll be interesting to see if they can actually land it.
And as like we talked about on this previously, they're kind of banking on it because they need that first stage for the next flight that they have planned.
Yep.
So if this doesn't land, Blue Origin's seriously on a back foot. Yeah, they're in trouble.
So that's 1:45 tomorrow Central.
Yes.
Let me go set an alarm. I presume it's going to be like televised in the same way that...
Yeah, on the Blue Origin website, they're going to stream it. Or probably NSF is probably going to do a stream as well.
Oh, that's true. Okay, let me turn off the repeat because I don't need it to repeat. 1:40 p.m. tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So we'll see what happens with that.
That'll be interesting.
Yep.
From Cape Canaveral. Missed it by a month. Down there a month ago.
Missed it by that much.
Well, it doesn't help that when I was down there, it just rained every day.
That's the other thing that I didn't put on the list here is the FAA has said that due to the government shutdown, they are not only reducing flights, but they're also reducing launches.
Interesting.
What is it? Yeah, FAA restricts commercial rocket launches beginning on November 10th, the day after, No, that is tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's Monday.
Oh, you're right, because it's already passed.
It's past midnight for you.
God, what's going on here? So yeah, on November 10th.
What do you mean, what's going on? The progression of time? The progression of time is going on?
Right. So beginning at 6 a.m. on November 10th, commercial launches can only take place between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.
That's going to be problematic for certain windows.
Yep. So yeah, so they must launch overnight.
Wait, what are the times?
10 p.m.
Yeah.
to 6 a.m.
Is no launches.
No, that is only launches.
Only launches from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yes.
What? What?
Yep.
That seems weird. Is that because they're like worried about commercial air traffic?
I guess so. That was just part of their, release.
Okay.
Saying due to the shutdown and, part of the emergency order to limit who can access navigable airspace. And there was also a thing on commercial rocket launches.
Okay.
Which makes me wonder now if there's an issue with the New Glenn launch at 2:45 p.m.
When will they be able to reschedule it?
Yes.
Apparently not until after 10 o'clock. Canada
Yes.
would like to be able to launch things into space.
Yes, Canada put their budget. They released their budget because I guess people in Canada can actually do a budget, unlike,
Look, we can't do a budget.
No, I mean, for goodness sakes, we're arguing right now over a continuing resolution because the House has not been able
to pass a budget. So this continuing resolution that the House passed. This isn't even a budget.
No, this was a continuing resolution of the Biden era budget because they have not been able to get a budget passed in the first 11 months of the Trump presidency.
Yep.
So this is a continuing resolution of Biden era budgets.
Yep.
So just a reminder on that for people. So Canada.
Oh, God. Did you hear what the Department of Education did?
With the emails?
Yep.
Yeah. And then the judge ruled, I think the judge ruled that they're not supposed to do that, right?
The judge ruled that it's a violation of their First Amendment rights to do that.
Oh, good.
Because it is forced speech.
Yes. I mean, if I had somebody come in and I'm trying to think if I've ever had to, I don't know if the state requires me to do they require me to do certain things on my signature in my emails, but they do not require me, I don't think, to put up, specific
out of office messages.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that the state troopers have to have a specific voicemail message that they have to read about, if this is an actual emergency, please hang up and dial 911. That's in all of their voicemail messages.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's like when you call the doctor, they have the same thing.
Yep. So anyway, the Canadian budget
includes
the government plans to spend $81.8 billion. Now those are Canadian dollars over 5 years to rebuild, rearm, and reinvest in the Canadian Armed Forces. And part of that is to spend 182.6 Canadian dollars.
Hang on. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. 102.6 million, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, because you didn't say million.
Oh.
You just said 186 Canadian dollars. And I'm like, what? So they're going down to the hobby store and buying a model rocket?
They're going to go to, what's the Canadian Tire? I think that's their Canadian Tire. Is that just a generic hardware store?
Oh.
Yep, Canadian Tire. It's basically just it owns the intellectual property of Hudson's Bay Company. Wow. Yeah, Canadian Tire has 1,686 locations in Canada. So it's kind of like their generic hardware retail store.
It's like Ace.
Yeah, well, they have department stores, gas stations, and a bank, it looks like.
Wow.
Yeah.
And a space program?
No. So they're spending 182 million
dollars
yes.
Canadian. There we go. Now, I do worry about that a little bit because, $182 million is a lot of money for a person. That's not a lot of money for, a building or a complex.
No.
Where are they planning on putting this?
Well, that's the thing is they don't really know.
Or is the $182 million just for, the fact-finding planning?
Basically, it's they haven't said how exactly it's going to be spent on building their own space launch capability. But yeah, 182.6 they haven't said how it's going to be used, but it's probably just going to be fact finding.
Yeah, that's not a lot of money.
No. But yeah, like I said,
we have a building at work that I think was that expensive.
But this was part of the bigger thing they're now planning on spending $81.8 billion for the Canadian Armed Forces, which the space section is part of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, when your neighbor to the south that has, for the last 80 years, said, we got you, don't worry, we'll protect you, we got you, now starts to look like the people that you needed protection from, you increase your defense spending.
Yeah.
Because that's awesome.
Yep. No.
Andy, I'm making myself sad. Let's move on.
All right. Where did I put my list? Oh shoot! I closed the links.
Control-Shift-T.
I know. There it is. Hey, look at that. Nope, that's book club. it's the wrong list. Screw it. I'll just go back here and then we'll go to here. Much faster.
Okay. There's still a lot of space news.
Yes, because there's Project Suncatcher and Project Athena.
Okay.
Which one sounds more interesting?
Suncatcher.
Suncatcher is Google's plan to put AI data centers in space.
Everyone needs to read the book that I'm reading, and then you'll say that's a really bad idea.
Well, part of me was like, okay, so you're going to put the data centers up in space. First off, you're not going to be easily able to go up there and fix anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't service the data center.
Yeah. Second off, you have to get it up there. So we'll have to wait for, Starship to actually, get...
But once it's up there...
Then you got to worry about radiation, which according to Google, its current...
You just harden the stuff.
Yeah, well, according to Google, its current TPUs, as they are... Mm-hmm.
The tensor processing units?
Yes, the tensor processing unit. They basically just nuked the thing and said it revealed no critical damage even at doses far exceeding expected orbital levels.
Yep.
So they're like, hey, this works with our current stuff, so we don't have to...
My concern is, you're not going to be able to upgrade things. The chips that you're putting in there are the chips you are putting in there.
Yep.
So when NVIDIA comes out with their next series of chips, too bad.
Yeah.
Also, cooling in space turns out to be harder than you'd think.
Yes, trying to remove heat in a vacuum, kind of hard to do.
You don't have any convection.
No, that's why
you just have black body radiation.
That's why thermoses are
vacuum sealed.
Are vacuum, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you have something hot and then you put it inside a vacuum, it's going to stay hot.
Well, it will not stay hot. It will just cool off much slower than you would expect from living on the planet.
Yes.
There's no air to carry away the heat.
Nope.
So it still emits heat. It still warms things, just not very quickly.
The other thing is the fact that these satellites will have to talk with each other.
Yeah.
And in order to get bandwidth comparable to regular data centers, they need to basically talk at terabits per second. And so these data center satellites are going to have to be basically
loud,
within hundreds of meters of each other.
Nothing could go wrong with this plan.
Yeah.
Nothing at all could go wrong with the idea of putting AI data centers in orbit.
Within, close proximity to each other.
Google is going to trap us on the planet.
Well, they're going to do a test in 2027.
Google is going to trap us on the planet.
With 2 prototype satellites.
Trap us on the planet.
I feel like that scene in WALL-E where he lifts off from Earth and he basically smashes through just all that space junk.
Yep.
I feel like that's where we're going.
Yep.
I really feel sorry for all the astronomers on Earth.
There's God, what's the name of that? Trapped on Earth due to space junk. Kessler syndrome. It's called Kessler syndrome.
Oh, that's I like it.
From Donald J. Kessler.
Yep.
Which the density of objects in low Earth orbit becomes so high that collisions between those objects cascade, exponentially increasing the amount of space debris. There is a threshold at which, even if you are not yet at a Kessler situation, if there's an accident, it can cascade into that. It could literally trap us on the planet.
Not surprised. Okay, so I saw you sent the article here about China, NASA, and satellites.
Yeah.
And Normally, yeah. Normally we tell China, hey, there's going to be a collision of satellites. You guys don't move. We'll go around you. That's always been the case. But you pointed out this thing here where
China actually came to us and said, hey, we're doing this thing and this could happen.
yeah, we'll move around you, which is the exact opposite of always it's been.
Right.
Which is good. But then also, most of I think this was a topic from a week or two ago. We never got to it, but the fact that like a majority of the space debris that's getting put up into space right now is from Russia and China.
Yeah.
Because China's what is the name of that rocket? The Long something rocket.
Long 5, I think.
I think so. Long March. I think it's called the Long March rocket. They're just, for stages, they're not deorbiting them. So they're just floating up there. Yeah. It's like, okay, that's great that you guys are paying attention to this now, but you're still like...
Can you maybe like bring things back down?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a step. It's a step in the right direction. NASA has an orbital debris program.
Yes. And if you ever see the picture like the one is shown, it's a little scary.
Oh, no, Andy. That's not the scary picture. Those are the objects that we're tracking.
Yes.
Andy.
The ones that we can't track.
The scary picture is the one we can't show with the objects that we have no idea where they are.
Yes.
Because they're too small or we just didn't pay attention. Space junk is a problem. Excuse me. Oy. Woo. Sorry about all the coughing.
That's fine. Everybody in this house is sick. In the words of the Hulk, I'm always sick.
That's not what he said.
No, just to paraphrase Hulk. How about that?
Sure.
Okay. So we talked about Project Suncatcher.
Parody Hulk? Probably parody. You're not really paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is still saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The other project on the list here, right above it, is Project Athena. Yes.
Why does Athena sound like... I know why Athena sounds familiar, Greek goddess, etc., but like, why does Project Athena sound familiar?
Well, this was originally a 100-page plan for what Isaacman was going to do once he became head of NASA.
Okay.
And I guess after he had the falling out and got his nomination pulled back in May, as a courtesy, Isaacman's team created a shorter 62-page version of this and gave it to current Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, who is also the interim director of NASA.
Yep.
And I guess somehow that plan got leaked out to everybody in the space area.
Okay.
And a lot of these things were just basically, it was like, well, why did this get released now? Especially since he left in May and we're now hearing about it in November. And especially since they were the only copies of this that were, created were sent to Duffy and his chief of staff.
Right.
So it's like, okay, why did the Secretary of Transportation leak this out? It's like, I feel like this is political because there was a lot of things in the plan were saying that, we need a better bang for our buck would be to, hand certain parts of things over to commercial space agencies.
That's one way of doing it, sure. Not how I'd do it.
So the people think that this 62-page document, which Isaacman basically went on to Twitter and said, yes, no, this thing is legitimate, but let me tell you the actual story. And he's like, this feels very political that this is getting leaked right after Isaacman has now been re-upped to be NASA director.
Renominated,
yep. He has been renominated for...
Director of NASA.
Yes.
Either Trump got over it, or someone said, Mr. President, just do it.
Well, the thing is that the White House Office of Personnel Management, their leader, was the one who basically told Trump to pull Jared's nomination due to him. I think it was basically because he had donated to some Democratic candidates.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. and he was not loyal enough to Trump.
Yeah.
And then he got the position of what did Gore get a position of? I think he got some sort of ambassador position or something. So yeah, ambassador to India. So he's no longer in town. And so Isaacman then basically went in and started having dinner with Trump. And now that the one guy who told him no is gone.
He's not there.
Yep.
Trump doesn't remember why he didn't want him.
Yes. And so people think Duffy, leaked it to try and once again get Isaacman booted off. But Isaacman just leaned into it and said, yeah, no, this thing is legit. It's much more, complex than what you're reading. And a lot of the things that the talking points that are coming out of this are not actually part of the plan. He's like, there was one section here where they talked about the Gateway Project, which is that orbital moon base. And he's like, the term Gateway was only mentioned 3 times in the whole document. So he's like, there's nothing in there about Gateway, so I don't know where people are getting this talking point saying that I want to, shut down Gateway. So it's so ridiculous that we have to talk about things like this, about people backstabbing each other in the cabinet, basically.
I'm not surprised. It's a rough time, Andy.
Yep.
It is a very rough time.
So yes, if you're curious what the basics are, the Project Athena is what you want to try and look up and read about for what Isaacman is going to do if and when he gets confirmed.
Assuming Congress ever falls back in session.
Yep, that would be helpful.
Although this would be the Senate. Well, yeah, the Senate's the one that can't actually do anything right now.
No, the Senate's still voting on stuff.
So just not the CR.
Yes. Well, they keep on trying to vote on the CR for, I think, 14 times now.
Yeah, but they keep trying to vote on the same one.
Yes.
The one that says healthcare benefits expire.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also the fun fact is the continuing resolution is actually only good until November 21st. So right now they're trying to vote on something that will, no joke,
expire in 2 weeks.
Yes. Expire in 2 weeks.
And then we're back where we started.
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Yep. All right. The New Glenn, Project Athena, Project Suncatcher. Isaacman is back renominated. I think that's all the space stuff.
Nintendo filed a patent and was awarded a patent.
Yes.
We talked about this patent.
Yes.
We talked about how the patent clerk who approved the patent apparently didn't do any research.
No, the patent was an in-game character summons another sub-character to support it in battle, in one of 2 battle modes. That's what the patent is.
Yeah, and it was awarded, which means Nintendo has that patent and can go after people who have similar mechanics and can use it in court and all this stuff. And getting rid of a patent is hard once it's established. Unless the patent office says, you know what, maybe we made a mistake.
Yeah. And this comes a week after the Japanese patent office invalidated a patent. So this is good. This is really good because there is no way Nintendo should have that patent. Well, I love the fact that this re-examination appears to be in part from 2 prior patents, one by Konami in 2002 and another by Nintendo in 2019. They seem to keep running into their own prior art for these patents.
Well, but if it's your own prior art, then can't you still get the patent?
I don't know, but I feel like you're trying to patent something that's already exists. I don't know. Curious what the other, see if I can get, so there's that patent. Does it tell me what the Nintendo patent was in 2019 that they are, so there's the patent, but that's in Japanese. All right, the Nintendo filed in 2019, looks like something with the Nintendo Switch, something in the Nintendo Switch okay, so.
You want to send me a link to the patent?
Yes, let's see if I can share this. Can I share this? Are you going to tell me how to share this? I'll just copy the thing and just give you the URL. How about that?
That's what I was hoping for. Patent, storage medium, information processing, apparatus game.
In the first operation mode of the switch, an action of a player character is controlled according to an operation of a player. In a second operation mode, a sub-character appears, and an action of the sub-character is automatically controlled, except for a case where the sub-character attacks an enemy character according to depression of a ZL button.
Okay.
So there's that sub-character appears thing. So yes, they literally talk about a sub-character appearing in a 2019 patent.
One you sent me is a 2020 patent.
Well, yeah, okay. So yes, it was filed in 2019 and
okay. Oh, there it is. Filed December of 2019.
yes,
Sure. Okay.
published in August 13th of 2020.
Yeah. That is a dense patent.
Yes. There's a lot going on in here. All has to do with the Switch, so that's interesting.
Yep. Oh my god. Decrease physical strength value by predetermined amount. Is sub-character to be erased? No. Is direct operation instructed? Decrease physical strength by predetermined amount. Is sub-character... Basically, they die. They get hit. Are they dead? Yes. Then erase them. And then return to first operation mode. What are these drawings?
I don't know. They're just like, I feel like they could be stick figures, but they're not.
What are these drawings? This is so weird. Yeah, man, I don't know. This is for like a ghost catcher game or something. Oh, that's them summoning the sub-character who is chained to the wrist of the primary character. Just want to point that out there.
Yep.
And ties up the ghost like a... Wow, okay. Oh, I wonder if this is for Luigi's Mansion?
I don't know, but let me try and read you this paragraph here.
Good luck.
A first embodiment is a non-transitory computer-readable storage medium having stored therein an information processing program executable by a computer of an information processing apparatus, wherein the information processing program causes one or more processors of the computer to execute acquiring of operation data based on an operation input to an operation device by a player, and controlling of a player character in a virtual space based on the operation data, and the controlling of the player character based on the operation data in the first operation mode, controlling the player there is like no periods. Controlling the player character based on a first operation input, and in the response to a first switching instruction input, making a sub-character appear in the virtual space and shifting to a second operation mode. In the second operation mode, controlling the player character based on the first operation input, automatically controlling an action of at least a part of the sub-character, and in response to a second switching instruction input, shifting to a third operation mode, and in the third operation mode, controlling the player character based on the first operation input and controlling movement of at least the sub-character based on a second operation input.
I kind of followed that.
That is literally one sentence.
I kind of followed that.
Oh my god, that is one sentence.
I can understand, but I understood what it was saying. It's
I
just
know.
They had to use like certain words. Like you could substitute certain things in there for like computer and controller input.
Oh my gosh, and that was just the first embodiment. There are 12 embodiments in this section.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
Yep.
So yes, Nintendo once again is getting their hands slapped on their patents.
Which, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God. Nintendo does not own every game. How is this simultaneously one of the greatest gaming companies and one of the worst gaming companies ever?
I feel like you could say that for most gaming companies.
No.
No?
Like, not...
Well,
Okay, so like EA... Nintendo.
which we have EA. EA says they would like to clarify that they will maintain creative control once they are taken over by the Saudis.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
This was a frequently asked question document distributed to its staff, and they said that they will maintain creative control and our track record of creative freedom and player-first values will remain intact.
Yep.
So we'll see how long that lasts. Oh, speaking of large gaming companies, there was a survey done on the state of PC game distribution. They interviewed a bunch of developers, and 75% of the respondents were senior manager of C-suite level, with 77% coming from studios with more than 50 employees. They said Steam accounts for over 75% of their revenue, and 72% of them believe the platform has a monopoly on the PC games market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. Why is it only 72?
I don't know, or especially when they say...
What are the other 28% using?
The other 28% include the Epic Game Store and the Xbox PC Game Store.
I mean, I'd love to see the revenue numbers for Epic Games versus Steam.
Yes, that would be...
And, how many sales are on one versus the other?
The other thing was they were pointing out there's like, look, these are C-level executives who are responding to this. So these are big companies. These are not indie companies.
You can be a C-level of an indie company.
No, I know, but still.
Indie companies still have CEOs.
Yeah. Well, yes, but I'm saying these are like companies with over 50 employees.
They can still be an indie company. How many employees do you think Supergiant has?
I don't know.
I want to find out. How many people do they have? Is there a team? Okay, there's like 8 people. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, there's more. There's more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They have 26 people. But they're a small indie company. Like, there are larger indie companies.
Yes. No, I could see you doubling that amount and still being a small indie company.
Right,
yeah.
right.
According to this, so yeah, they say 75% of the revenue from Steam. 48% have distributed a title to the Epic Games Store. I have to download the full report. Really? No, I'm not a publisher or a distributor. I don't want to join your website. It's the rest of the surveys behind a paywall.
Oh.
So, which, heck, if I was part of the industry, it makes sense. But
yeah. So The Onion published a fact check about Zohran Mamdani.
Yep.
And it's The Onion.
Oh, boy.
So I just wanted to put this out there because I think it's hilarious. Claim Mamdani will destroy New York City. False. Rapidly rising sea levels will destroy New York City. Claim Mamdani is a communist. False. Any real communist will happily spend 6 hours explaining why this isn't true.
Yes. I believe that 100%.
Claim Mamdani met his wife on Hinge. True, but it will not happen to you. Claim my uncle says Mamdani will abolish the entire NYPD. True, your uncle does say that. The fact, not to stray too far into politics again, but the fact that Schumer, dude, just lie and say you voted for him. He won. You were asked after it was clear that he was going to win. Just, why would you not do that?
Yeah, especially since it's a vote, so nobody can actually,
Verify.
Verify, yes. They can verify that you voted, which, yeah, you voted.
Right. Why did you not vote for the Democratic candidate?
Yeah.
Or why are you embarrassed for voting for him? Come on. God damn it.
Well, there's a former Bank of America employee is filing a lawsuit against Bank of America alleging that hundreds of hourly workers performed up to 30 minutes of unpaid time for their daily work. Do you know what this 30 minutes of unpaid time is that they want to get paid for?
What's the 30 minutes of unpaid time?
Logging into the computer system remotely. Workers turned on their computers, waited for Windows to load, grabbed their cell phones to request a security token from the company's VPN, waited for that token to arrive, then logged into the network, opened required web applications with separate passwords, and downloaded the Excel files they needed for the day. Only then could they start actually taking calls from business customers about reporting requirements.
And he's claiming that they should be paid for that process.
Yes. Anyone who clocked in but wasn't immediately available to take or make calls for too long risked poor performance scores and possibly disciplinary action, up to and including termination.
I mean, I can see where he's coming from.
Yes.
This morning, I had to log into work, and it, from home, it takes time. Mm-hmm. I had to enter my password 4 times to get to where I needed to go. The same password. And it's not bad password.
Bad password 1. Or one bad password was my own.
Well, no, but like it's not bad password hygiene.
Oh.
Because it's literally I'm logging into my Windows account.
Yes.
And then I'm logging into my Windows account.
Yes.
And then I'm logging into my Windows account. And then I'm logging into my Windows account. Like, they're all tied to the same account. So I had to connect to the VPN that uses my Windows password. I had to connect to the machine, which was my Windows password. I had to connect to a site that we host internally. So I had to log in through Microsoft, which is my Windows password. It was very annoying.
Yes. No,
But I'm not paid hourly. So if I were, yeah, I'd probably want to be paid for that time. I was attempting to work.
No, my boss tells me that it's like, okay, as soon as you start at 7, but as soon as you start, then you are,
On the clock.
Which sometimes I kind of feel bad because sometimes there's times where I'm on the clock and it's like, it's not my fault it's not working. Like I have to.
Well, that's incentive for the company to, like, this should not take them a half an hour to get started every morning. Now, that said, counterpoint, devil's advocate. You aren't paid for your commute either.
That's true.
Setting this up is your virtual commute.
Yes.
And if you went into the building, it would not take 30 minutes to get everything set up.
No, because you'd be in the building. So hopefully everything inside the building would be secure.
Right. So, I think that's the part that is feeling kind of weird to me of like, well, sure, but like you are choosing to work remotely. If you went into work, they wouldn't pay for your commute.
No, that's the same thing with my job. If I was not working remotely, I would have to drive to a state of Michigan building. And then as soon as I enter that building, then I would technically be on the clock.
Right.
I was trying to remember, where is the nearest building? Do I have to drive over to 9th Street or would I drive over to...
So there is a 2008 guidance from Department of Labor specifically about call centers stating that first principle activity for call center workers does include starting computers to download work instructions and applications, including time spent on pre-shift and post-shift activities.
Well, I looked it up. I'm 9 minutes away from the nearest state of Michigan building. So even if it'd be kind of silly for me to, put up too much of a fuss. Oh, unless I go to the regional office over here. Is this closer?
I mean, I'm salaried, so like I'm always on the clock.
Oh, I know. I was the same way. How long is this? How much is this much of a commute? Oh, 9 minutes. 5 miles that way and 5.4 miles the other way. So there's 2 places I could go. Or I could go up to the MDOT up on West Main, but that's farther away. But yes, no, that's the lawsuit they're filing is that they need to get paid for their setup time.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything on this list that you really want to touch or no? Last call, Dave.
GTA 6 is delayed. That's not great.
Nope. Well, game industry actually talked to some people, and the ones who originally were having their games released in May were like, oh, yay!
Yeah, but anyone who was planning for a November release next year...
Well, November is normally when like the big things like Call of Duty come out and the other like AAA titles. So next year in November, it is going to be heavy hitter after heavy hitter. So it's going to be very interesting.
I bet you Call of Duty moves.
You think Call of Duty? Call of Duty is going to move? Well, granted, it's GTA, so... It's
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going to release in that week.
Yeah.
There's another Epic versus Google.
Which the Epic versus because Google and Epic said they were going to settle because there was the ruling against Google, and then this came out that Epic and Google have come to another agreement outside of the settlement. Now the judge wants to look at that settlement, going, "This seems a little fishy."
The judge is like, this is sus?
Yes, the judge basically says, I would like an evidentiary hearing on this because this seems a little weird how, out of the blue this is.
Yeah.
It's like you guys were literally in a lawsuit against each other and all of a sudden you're like, I made a ruling and I said, okay, the X, Y, and Z is going to happen. And then you guys went behind my back and came up with a different agreement and said, yes, no, this is what we're going to do. The judge is like, whoa, let's get you guys back in the courtroom and then let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of surprising. So yes, there is going to be a settlement, but the judge has not given it an okay yet.
Does the judge need to?
That part I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Jamie about that. I'm going to be going to a lawyer thing with him on Friday, so I was going to ask him about that.
Yeah, because like the whole idea of a settlement is that like you've settled. You're not involving the courts.
But this is after the judge already ruled on the case. Like the judge already ruled and said, okay, you guys need to do certain things over the next, I think it was like 3 years or something like that.
Okay.
I'll have to look more into this, but yeah.
It is your review.
Yes, my review. So we were talking about leaves and that thing.
Yeah.
We have a leaf pickup from the city, and you can just dump your leaves on the curb. But what I did and what I've been doing now recently is actually using my lawnmower to pick up the leaves. So I just put the lawnmower up high. Not on on a pretty high setting, so I don't really cut the grass. And I just put it into bagging mode, and it seems to do quite well of picking up the leaves, and it kind of mulches them up a little bit too.
Okay.
So I don't really want to dump this mulch on the curb.
Okay.
So I just drop them in the cardboard paper bag, leaf bags.
Yeah.
Problem is I was always having with these things was that the bags were always collapsing on themselves because it's a paper bag. I mean,
generally it's a pretty thick paper, but sure.
Yeah. So last time I was at the hardware store, I found these things called LeafEasy bag inserts. It's corrugated plastic. It actually folds flat, and then you kind of just basically do like origami type folds, and it opens up to 3 sides of the bag. It's measured out perfectly for the leaf bags. And you just, you put it in there flat, you fold it open, and it's got a little chute that also holds it open. And it turns out my mower bag is the exact same width as the leaf bags.
And so you just pour it in.
I just pour it right in, and this holds the bag open. It holds the bag up.
Cool.
As soon as the bag is full, these things are plastic, and so they just
pull it out,
just slide it right out. Bag. Yep. Collapse it back in, put it in the next bag, open it back up.
Neat.
It's only $10, and it works extremely well.
See, I have a leaf blower that has a mulching attachment.
Yes, I have one of those as well.
And so I just set that on the ground and turn it on. And then I just rake leaves into it.
Ah.
And the attachment is like 3 foot long tube.
Yes.
So I'm not worried about like putting my hand in there a little bit.
Yep.
Because like I'm not shoving my hand all the way down to where the fan is. So like by the end of today when I was working on it, normally I have the bag attached to it. And so it just, sucks it up into the bag, and then you unzip the bag and just shake it out.
Yep.
And I've been like spreading it on my gardens because I'm just using it as mulch. Towards the end of today, I got tired of doing that. And so I just didn't attach the bag. And just had it like shooting out leaf bits.
Now you see, we've tried to just mulch it on our lawn.
Yep.
We have a massive
oak tree,
3-4 stories, which mind you,
huge oak tree.
That oak tree still hasn't dropped all its leaves, and our lawn is still covered. And I look up there, and that tree is like still 75% leaf.
Yep.
So, trying to mulch our lawn, it has killed parts of our lawn because there's just too much stuff.
So, I've got the automatic lawnmower.
Yes.
I've been having it go out like every day and mulching under the ash tree. And so all the pieces are so teeny tiny because it's been mowed every day for the last week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you need to get the mulch off your lawn, this is a great way to do it.
Yes. So like
if you can leave it on your lawn, you should.
Yes.
If you can put it into gardens, you should.
Yeah,
but
I've already filled up the composter.
Yeah.
The composter is so full, and I'm like, I need more live things to try and balance this out.
Yeah, but do not leave mulched leaves on the side of the curb. So thank you for putting it in a bag.
Yes. No, well, because I've seen the equipment that comes down the street to pick it up, and it's basically just a front end loader with this giant scooper arm.
But I'm not even worried about the equipment. Like we literally pay people to do that. That is their job.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to make it as easy as possible, but like they make their money doing that. The concern here, specifically here in Madison, like I expect it's similar there, but like here in Madison, is if it rains when the leaves are sitting on the sidewalk, because they get washed down, they enter into the sewage system.
And get clogged.
They clog the sewage system, and all of the nutrients go into the lake.
Ah.
Which sounds great. Nutrients.
No.
That's how you get algae blooms.
Yes.
That's how you get toxic lakes.
No, the city has a big, huge, like commercial size composter. So they take all those and put it into their.
Toss it in.
Yeah.
Nice. Can you get the compost from it when it's done?
I think so. I haven't asked because I haven't needed to. I mean, our personal composter is we've only got the couple of the raised flower beds that are our real, things. So I haven't asked, but probably. I know they use it for all of like the medians. They have like a little they always do gardens in the median areas, for crosswalks and that sort of stuff. They do it along the trails in the city. They do a whole bunch of flower and gardening and landscaping all throughout the city. So it's pretty good. But yes, no, if you use cardboard paper bags for your leaves,
get one of these.
It's $10 and it makes it so much easier. I mean, you could probably even lay the bag down. I haven't tried that yet, but yeah, you could probably lay it down and still rake into it if you wanted to. But this just works much better I do literally just set it on the edge of the driveway, and I do a one pass down the lawn, one pass back to the driveway, dump it in the bag. And then I do one more pass down, one more pass back, dump it in the bag. Works out extremely well. So it's $10 very well spent. All right. Random topic. Rolled ahead of time. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. How about on the list here? Yep. Yes. Deepfakes. Should creators be required to watermark AI-generated media by law, or is that a speech issue?
This came from your brother.
Yes. Yes, it did.
That is not a Hans topic.
No, it is not.
Are you required to watermark AI-generated media by law, or is that a speech issue?
There was a thing that happened towards the end of the time when I was at the radio station where a radio station got in trouble because it broadcast something to make it sound like it was live, but it was actually pre-recorded, and they got in trouble with that. So part of me was like, okay, this kind of goes along similar lines where you're trying to pass something off as real and alive when it's not.
Yeah, I want your brother to read the book that I sent you, and I want you to read the book that I sent you. I think the answer is yes. I think...
Dave's answer to everything right now. Read the damn book!
Seriously, read the book. I think yes. I don't think putting a this was generated by AI marker impacts speech.
This will also easily make things that are put out there as fakes and not, put out there nefariously as fakes,
right,
to be illegal.
Speech is such an important piece of this country, of our ideals. And it's, any time that you do something that could impact speech or be seen as impacting speech, I'm struggling to see the slippery slope.
I mean, for goodness sakes, our current president posted
I'm not thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it's, regulating speech and parody is a dangerous thing. But I think that AI and AI generation and deepfakes are also dangerous. So I think I'd actually be pro having to watermark it or put something in it so that it is recognizable as AI.
Well, I'm just thinking of I'm not sure if it was the President Biden robocall. That was a deep fake. I do believe they got in trouble for that one as well.
Yep.
Just thinking of the amount of misinformation that went out with the hurricanes in North Carolina and in Texas.
Well, I mean, it's become problematic to the point of where I saw a picture of the White House and the construction for the ballroom, dumbass bullshit.
Yeah.
And I could not tell
if it was real or not. Yeah.
if it was real. We've gotten to that point where I can't trust what I see.
Yep.
And I think that's really bad.
Yeah. There's a guy I follow on Instagram whose feed is basically just him watching these videos and then saying that they're fake and then also explaining how he knows they're fake, which is also, because people, that's the off-the-cuff answers. Oh, that's fake news. That's AI. It's like, okay, but you're not telling me how you know that or why you think that. You're just like, oh, that's just fake news, and then move on. It's like, no, can we make sure we're all on the same page with agreeing why we all think it's AI? But, having it watermarked would make life so much easier. The problem, though, is the fact that I'm less concerned about, convenience and more concerned about safety. Yeah, it's just the fact that people can spin up AIs. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so, it has to be a law, because you hear things like Microsoft saying, oh yeah, we'll watermark this, or Adobe saying, oh yeah, we'll watermark this sort of thing there. It's like, well, that's great for the, Joe Schmo that actually uses these mass-produced AI products. But, people can spin up AIs at home. All it does is, it takes computer power to do it. It's got to be a law. The companies say, okay, we're going to do it, so that's fine, but the homebrew stuff still happens. So, you got to make it a law by somebody.
Yeah.
I did not see that, This has been a roller coaster of an episode.
It has. All right. I think that's everything, Andy.
Yep. No, that's a wrap. This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.